Welcome to another edition of the Super Cougar Show. We are here in Knoxville, Tennessee on Oak Ridge Highway at Bodybangers Fitness. This is also the home of Alonzo Butler, heavyweight boxer, native to Chattanooga, who's brought us grace and glory to Knoxville, Tennessee. Now, Alonzo is up to fight Brice Cole on June the 4th in Auckland, New Zealand. Let's take a look at the man behind the muscle. So, Alonzo, you have a fight coming up on June the 4th.
Yeah.
Tell me how this fight came about.
I was just driving and in the traffic, and a guy called me from New Zealand and asked me, did I want to be in the Super 8 tournament? And I said, yeah, I'll be in the Super 8 tournament. So that's how it came about.
So what does this fight mean to you?
Man, it means a lot to me. The money good, $500,000, so that's good to anybody. But, it's more my legacy, showing that I belong, in the top 10, I've been waiting 15, people in Knoxville know I've been waiting for a long time. And people that follow me know I've been waiting a long time.
Right.
So this is a big opportunity for me to be on a big stage.
So we are here, of course, at Bodybangers here in Knoxville, Tennessee, which is your establishment. What kind of catapulted you to doing this, Man,
I wasn't getting no fights, man, and, I started Bodybangers just to help people get in shape,
Right.
And, I'm just charging $40 in my personal training, So I think that's a better deal than anybody else getting.
Oh, yeah.
And then my crew came along, Snake, and everybody came along, so, that's how we here at Bodybangers.
So do you have any potential boxers here in this establishment? People that you've influenced to want to go into that
Snake,
field?
man, Snake.
Okay.
Snake changed his life. He's going to be a fighter now, so, he getting in that sparring, learning, he's on his way, so we'll see what he do.
Okay, so, seeing that you have, Snake, like you said, he's looking into going into the same field as you. Have you looked at getting him in any fights coming up, or are you in with that?
We got to learn some more stuff, and then we just going to go fight a couple of amateur fights, and then hopefully he'll go pro, so. That's what we're going to do.
Now, I know Alonzo Butler is a new daddy.
Yeah.
It's not first time daddy, but he's a new father recently. So
Three times.
3 times, okay. So talk about your family life, your children.
I love my kids, man. I got the best baby mama ever, She been there day one through, through everything. When I lost everything, she went with me, so, they say if a female go through with you, she want to keep, so that's where we at with that. So my family is great, man. I love my kids, I'm doing it for my kids too, so.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a good support system. That means a lot, especially, with travel and whatnot. So Has it been turbulent ever?
Yeah, when I lost everything, when I lost all the money,
Right.
It was hard on both of us, I just had to do something, so I sat down and prayed about it, and we're going back up again, If you're, like you say, if you're a real hustler, you know how to get back on your feet, so, yeah, I am.
Now, I know that you have dealt with turbulent water in the past. You've dealt with ridicule from press, from prior fights. How have you taken that, and where do you see yourself from that situation?
No, I'm not worried about them guys. They don't know me, man. Right. I lost, clear the record straight, since it's gonna be on YouTube and
Right.
everybody, clear the record. I came off 2 years, and I lost against Friday. Friday's the only man to beat me. Travis Walker, I beat him, I lost, I pushed the referee, I lost 8 points in the fight. So, all these naysayers say, hey, when Zoe stepped up to the big fight, he couldn't win. Hey, one got stolen from me, I felt like I won the fight, so. I don't duck and I don't run from nobody. So, I've been out boxing for 2 years and nobody ain't called me. I had to find fights. I had to pay people to fight me. So.
Right. Well, it's obvious that it's panning out because you got this fight ahead, 500,000. People, what I would do with 500,000, I've got a boob job and some more stuff I need to get. He's getting that money. I will fight one of you broads. Give me 10,000, that'll cover everything that I need. But aside of that, now I also, not only are you the boxer, not only are you the father, but he's also Alonzo Butler, the businessman, because you do promotion. Yeah, let's talk about what you do.
Man, I do parties, man. when nobody wanted to fight me, so I just got into the like business part of parties, throwing parties, and I brought 2 chains. I brought August for my birthday last year. I brought it for my birthday, and you know, promotion's cool. You know what I mean? It's good money in it. You know what I mean? But you just can't keep doing shows. That's why I learned. You know what I mean? You lose money, then we keep doing shows and keep doing shows.
I mean, but that's a great outlet that you got into, because promotion is very difficult, people. Before you jump in that, it's very hard work, and you've got to make sure that you do have money to lose that way.
You take an L. I took plenty of L. You're willing to take an L, that's the business to get into, because we learn how to take an L, you'll learn about boxing and everything in life, you know what I mean?
Right.
Learn how to take a loss and keep moving.
And you know, and that's funny that you say that, because not only as a businessman, you know, being able to take a loss, as a boxer, being able to take a loss, and sometimes, you know, even with the juggle in a family, you have to take a loss, and that's what really makes you a winner, is still being able to persevere after the fact of, you know, your come-ups and your downfalls, you know, along the way. You've still managed to keep your name in the wind, you know. I knew about you before I knew you. Great guy. If you haven't got a chance to meet Alonzo, great guy, very down to earth. He is not starstruck on himself by far. Trust me, he'll carry a laugh, a conversation with you, shake your hand, probably put you in a headlock. I've had a couple of headlocks myself, so yeah, very down to earth guy. So, I mean, where do you see yourself coming up in this upcoming year?
Man, I see myself coming this year just being, you know, hopefully I'm going to be a millionaire and take my team with me. You know what I mean? I got a good support team. I'm thankful. I'm blessed for all the guys. You know, Clarence, you know, man, you know what I mean? He's been there since day one, so you know what I mean? So, then Snake come along, you know.
Come here, Clarence. Come here. Step in here. This is who he keeps talking about. This is Clarence.
Listen me know now.
Yeah, what's up? It's DJ Boogie.
Come here, J Boogie.
Get J Boogie.
Nice to meet you. J Boogie.
J Boogie.
Come here.
CJ.
He's trying to be shy.
Alright.
Peace out, y'all.
And of course, this is his friend J Boogie that he talks
J
about
Boogie,
so
man.
well, and one of his support systems,
J Boogie,
definitely.
day one, man. Now that's the business man right there. That's behind, you know what I mean? So, you know, he do his thing.
And you know, I love how you just did that. You know, you share the scene with the people that are around.
Yeah, I just feel like it ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't all about me. You know, CJ been there since day one too. So,
Yes. This is CJ McCannon. If you're not familiar with
picture
him,
guy, you in the club.
if you see him in Knoxville,
all you ratchet girls want to take pictures.
he's a man.
He's a man.
He is a man. And you know, and most importantly, you have people that are here at your establishment that are important as well, and I would like to get them on here. If you two guys will come over here. This is Snake. This is the gentleman that he was talking about. That is his potential boxer, and
Brandon,
this is
he
Brandon.
helping me out, man. He came up here. That's Brandon Spencer. He gonna be the next heavyweight champ when I'm done with him. You know what I mean? Next champ. He gonna be the next heavyweight champ, man. Listen to me, bad boy, man, strong.
Right, definitely.
Appreciate
So, I have a question. Snake, let me step on the scene for a second. Let me ask you a question about Alonzo. Now, he said that you are looking into getting into fights. What motivated you with coming to this gym and wanting to be a fighter as well? What motivated you?
I've always been into fighting, old school fighting, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you said, I've known Alonzo for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I knew him before I knew him.
Right.
So
He's that type of man.
Yeah, I love the fight game. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the rapping. You already know.
Yeah.
And I just changed it up because I love fighting.
Right, definitely. I mean, did Alonzo influence you? Is he like a role model to you by any means?
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've known him, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him all out through the clubs, he's a good promoter, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he told me off top, he said, Snake, he said, I'm gonna give me a gym one day. And that's what happened. Here we go, Bodybangers. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't even know I was gonna get a gym, but I was just saying,
he kept saying it. You know what I'm saying? He kept saying
just God way, man. You know, God just working mysterious ways, man. You know, people don't believe in that.
Crazy came up with the Bodybangers and you know, after this New Zealand stuff, it ain't gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be huge.
Oh, definitely.
And that's another thing I'm saying. You know, when he came in, you know, they'll tell you. I said it ain't about Big Zoe. You know what I mean? I said we're gonna be a team. So we came up with Bodybangers. I ain't want Big Zoe box fit. I didn't want my name on it. So I just feel like the team. You know what I mean? So it's all it is. Like I feel like everybody around me, we family. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't no egos. I'm just been blessed to do my thing. So if I can lead my team to the mountain, I'm leading my team to the mountain. That's how we gonna do it.
So how did y'all come up with this name, Bodybangers? Because it's an interesting name, Bodybangers.
We was just trying to find something that Wayne, and, you know, like I said,
he came up with
he came up with the name.
Now, how did y'all come up with the name?
I mean, we just sitting and pondering for a minute, man. We just said we had to come up with something, you know what I'm saying, unique. And I just came up with that, and I was like, hey, Bodybangers. Clarence was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. I said, everybody's a bodybanger. I said, you know what I'm saying, everything you do, you know what I'm saying, pound that body, you know what I'm saying? So that's how it came about. So
In more than one way. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah.
look out for Bodybanger magazine, though.
Oh, Bodybanger magazine. Now tell me about this endeavor.
And we doing everything, man. Business.
I see. So what made you all want to go into this magazine? And what is the concept of Bodybangers magazine?
And we got the graphic designer, we got the picture guy, we got DJs, we got businessman Jay Boogie, we got everything around us, man. And I'm just saying, God put all this together, man. Like just, you know, God first, you know. That's when my boy fight with God first when it shrunk. So I just feel like God just put this team together. Like we wasn't trying to be a team, we just and everything just
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
That magazine, you know what I'm saying, it just fits, you know, not only is it gonna be boxing, it's gonna be a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying, and that main stuff. You know,
Ring girls.
you know
Ring
what
girls
I'm
of the month.
Legacy contest, you know, yeah.
Cougars of the month.
Yeah. Hey, show love to everybody, you know.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, and this is really big, especially in East Tennessee. I think that you all are pioneering something here, and you're really on to something because East Tennessee really needs that demographic toward this area. I think it's profound that you're doing so, and I'm completely marveled in my mind by what you're doing. It takes a lot for a person to be able to step up to a plate like you have and have this many people on your team that look up to you. And like you said, you have your wins and your losses. And you know, for someone who's gone through a lot of losses to take that gamble again to see where it's going to go.
I keep taking gamble going as long as I can keep getting up, man. You know, God built me for take a loss. You know what I mean? A loss don't change me. It don't change my demeanor. You know what I mean? I just got to keep. If you know how to take a loss, you'll be a better man. You know what I mean? Some people don't know how to take a loss. They go down the dumps, you know what I mean?
Right.
When I lost my first fight, it was devastating, you know what I mean? I cried for like 3 days. And I was undefeated, 28 and you know what I mean? I lost my first fight. I bounced back, lost my second fight. You know, I didn't turn my back on God, didn't get mad, and then I was like, man, I'm gonna get back on my feet. So you know, I know them guys couldn't beat me, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So now I'm here. Now I get on the biggest stage, prove myself. Then I got Bodybangers. Like it's just gonna be just our year, man. It's a takeover, man.
Now, I'm going to touch a spot in you that's real personal with yourself. It's personal with myself because when I was younger, I boxed for Golden Gloves, and there was a wonderful man that I met that took me in and took so many other people in, and I give all homage to Ace Miller, wonderful guy. Ace was someone who was dear to you as well.
Yeah, it was dear to me. You know what I mean? I miss him a lot. I still miss him. He taught me, you know, 10 years, man. You know, I'm like, that's like family. You know, he taught me a style that's you know, people ran from me. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Ace Miller's the man. You know, bless his soul. You know, I love him to death. You know, he taught me how to fight. You know, that's all I ain't got nothing bad to say about the guy.
Right, definitely. Yeah, because he was a dad to a lot of people, you know, and still is, you know, a lot of people that he's touched in their lives. You know, a lot of people hold him near and dear, and I'm one of those very people that he's done that too as well. Yeah. So let me ask you a question about this fight coming up. I've read a lot of media. I've seen a lot of posting. I've seen a lot of tagging here and there about this fight. None coming from you, of course.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this?
I don't even know the dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know the dude.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying, Boogie? We don't even know that dude, man. Like, do you know him, bro? Hey, Brandon, you know him?
I know everybody that tell me myself for him.
I don't even know that dude, man.
Right. So he feels like he's worked up.
I don't know. Boogie, I don't even know what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about?
Brice Cole!
Oh, what's his name again?
Brice Cole.
Brice Cole.
Nobody stands on that.
It is the ghost man that he will be fighting
Oh,
June
Brice,
the
right.
4th.
I heard about him.
Right.
Yeah, Brice Cole, yeah.
So do you know anything about his record? Is he? I mean, you're a big guy. You've got a great record. I'm sure that he's not intimidating you by any means whatsoever. But you got him kind of pumped up.
Hey,
Should you be having him pumped up?
you need to be pumped up. You stepping in the lines then. This guy, man, I'm telling you, man, I don't see it no other way, you know what I mean? If it beat me, hey, I might have to stroke in the ring or something. I don't even know what to say. I might have to stroke in the ring if he beat me, you know what I mean? I might get sick, you know what I mean? So,
Right. So
don't be that dude. I just heard of him, you know what I mean?
in the car.
Nah, yeah, when I was riding,
Sure.
I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, hey, all the confidence he needed. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bless him. When we in the ring, I'm gonna say bless you, man, and I'm gonna take care of business. That's
Exactly.
right.
So estimated rounds. Where do you see yourself ending it? Everybody's got that feeling, and you know.
I love to go one round. You know what I mean? We can take punishment. You know, if we can take punishment, you go 2 or 3. Hey, he gonna take some punishment. Hey, I know I'm dishing something out. You know what I mean? I got a lot of anger build up right now. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about that.
Well, you're probably gonna die laughing, but I'm about to ask you, you know, if you're gonna do this on the one round, does it have anything to do with the nipple on the chin? What does this thing about the nipple on the chin? I read that you said you would take someone out if you can find that nipple on the chin. What is that nipple on that chin?
I don't know what nipple and chin. That's something new to me. I'm just saying. I guess I'm gonna hit his nipple to his chin or something.
What was that guy again, Brice?
It might have been something.
Brice, I don't even know that guy.
How'd you hear about him?
Brice?
Actually, I never heard about him until, of course, this fight came
I never
up.
heard of him. I still don't know who he is.
Well, he
You know, just like I said, man, this boxing.
right.
You know, you 3-2. You know what I mean? Brice, you know what I mean? I'll just shut my mouth, man. Just let your face do the talking. I'm not gonna talk no more, you know? That's all I'm gonna say, you know. If you're bad, you know, if Brice that bad or whatever, man, you know, he won't be 3-2.
Definitely.
You got 2 KOs, you got 2 KOs by 2 beginners. You know what I mean? I'm a vet, I'm a seasoned vet, you know what I mean? He hit me, I'm gonna look at him.
Right.
He don't hit harder than, I've been hit hard by some hard punches. They say, oh, this guy hit hard, he's gonna be a worse. Yeah, I hit hard too, both hands.
Mm.
You know what I mean? He might shit on himself.
Oh, so you southpaw as well.
I fight southpaw, right hand, whatever. I fight him how he want me to fight him. How's that?
That's great. Now, I was going to ask you, every fighter has a saying. What is your saying or sayings?
My saying, beat me to the river. Beat me to the river means I'm not gonna stop punching. I'm just going, you know, I don't quit. I'm like a machine. I don't quit. If both my eyes swole, you know, Jay Boogie seen it. If both my eyes swole, I'm still coming.
Right.
It ain't. I'm. You know what I mean? It ain't no brag. I'm just coming. You know what I mean? The only way you beat Zoe, stop me is knocking me out. You know, if I get knocked out, I deserve to get knocked out. But I'm saying if I get knocked out, that man beat me. You know, if I get knocked out, I was fighting. I got knocked out. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I'd rather finish on my back. You know what I mean?
So when you're in a fight, do you have a certain type of tunnel vision?
I'm just focused on the fight. I don't see no outsiders. You know what I mean? I visualize the fight before the fight happens. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm just saying what I'm gonna do to him. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, I'm hitting with a jab. I'm hitting him in the body. You know what I mean? I slow the fight down. while he be walking around looking up in the sky, oh man, I'm at the big dance and I'm just be sitting there just chilling, you know what I mean?
Right.
When the bell rings, it's over, you know what I mean? All my nerves go out the door, and then I know what I got to do.
So do you have a special setup for when you go into the ring this time? Or you got special artists or music? Are you coming in traditional or?
I'm American Dream, Alonzo, American Dream Butler. I'm coming out like Pablo Creed. I'm coming out dancing this time.
You said you're coming out dancing this time?
Yeah, I've been working on my dance steps.
And to what music?
I don't know, CJ Clarence had me dancing, he got me dance steps, so he got the dance steps right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't stay in the big man zone though, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I ain't gonna get out my zone, I'm just gonna stay in my zone, you know.
You know, and a lot of people, they ask NFL players, you know, what are they going to do once they win? What are you going to do once you win?
If I win, man, I'm gonna give some money back to my community.
That's awesome.
But I want to do it myself. I'm gonna get Jay Boogie on, you know what I mean? Get Jay Boogie on the track, but I'm gonna get Jay Boogie on. Like, I'm gonna go back to chat, man. You know, the boys down there, they gang banging for real. Like, people sleeping on chat, but it's somebody dying, like kids, man, dying. They ain't got a chance to live the life I'm living. You know what I mean? Like, that's what my heart at. You know what I mean? It's like kids out there really getting killed. You know what I mean? Getting their head blown off. You know what I mean? You know, I ain't knocking on rap music. You know, I listen to rap music. I like rap music. But some of these kids that get influence on it, man. You know, down the chat, they killing each other for real, man. It's like real. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I don't even go back home because of that. You know what I mean? But I want to go back home to the project that I grew up in and throw a big festival. You know what I mean? Like everybody come to eat. You know what I mean? And try to teach them, like, come to box. You know what I mean? If we can take some of them. I feel like that's why we got the Bodybangers, you know, me, Snake, and all us, man. We can take some of these dudes that want to be in gangs or whatever and say, hey, man, what you box, man? Leave that gang stuff on. It's money.
Give them another
I'm
outlet.
saying, you see Mayweather? It's money. You know what I mean? Like, dude made 30 million one night. Y'all can sit here and bang.
Right.
I'd rather make 10, 20,000 legal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then we sit behind bar, oh man, they be playing, man. I ain't gonna do it no more. You heard the story when they get out there. I ain't doing it no more, man. I'm gonna change my life.
Jailhouse blues.
Yeah, but you know, they get out and do the same thing. That gang shit, man. Like, I feel like that gang shit, you a coward, bro. You know what I mean? They can try to bang against me. I feel like you're fake. That's my speech. Because
right.
I mean, I don't need no gang to make me look like I'm hard. You know what I mean? A lot of my cousins in gangs, I think they soft.
Right.
They're my cousins. You know what I mean?
There's nothing wrong with that. You're just on a man mentality, you know. You're a father.
Yeah.
You're a family man. You're a businessman, you know. And you know, at certain points in time, people have to graduate away from that stuff.
But you know, at the same time though, I came from the same. You know, they can't hit me with that background. They can't hit me with that same background. Like, oh man, you don't know how it is in the project. Nah, I do know how it is. I was in the projects. I lived in the projects. You know, I got the projects tatted on me, but I was in the projects.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I seen there was a better, you know, when Ace got me up here, he taught me a better way, you know what I mean? Hey, this ain't the way, you know what I mean? This is the way. You stay focused here, you're gonna get here. You know what I mean? If my dudes back home, they doing the same shit. That's why I don't go back home. People are like, why you don't go to check? I don't go to check because they sitting there still drinking 40 smoking. I never paid for weed. Like when I did smoke, I smoked. Like when I paid for weed, I never paid for weed because I sit next to my boy and he passed me. Hey, my boss say, and I'm like this, you know, like, hey man, you want to hit that? Damn, so you don't never buy a sack. You know what I mean? Like, man, you smoking every day. You know what I mean? That's how. But they doing the same shit, man. You know, I was smoking when I was young. And it's just like I just feel like when I go back home. Why I love Knoxville so much is because it's like I got to wait for the home.
Right.
And everybody at home still doing the same thing. And they ain't switched their lives up, they just still doing the same thing, you know what I mean? And, you know, you gotta, you know, I just want my legacy to be like, hey, Zoe did this, Zoe did that, Zoe help people, you know what I mean? It ain't all about me, you know what I mean? It's about my kids now, and it's about helping people.
Right.
I just think God puts you in a position to help people, you know what I mean? Use you as a vessel to help other people, you know what I mean? So, like everybody that came around me, I just believe like God sent me here for a reason, you know what I mean? So that's why we the Bodybangers, that's why we gonna do the thing, you know what I mean?
So what brought you to Knoxville, Tennessee?
Ace Miller. And then the dream was, you know, to go back to that, my uncle, like my whole career been a blessing, you know what I mean? My uncle was dying of AIDS, you know what I mean? He died of AIDS, and I was taking care of him. I was 18 at the time, he died of AIDS, and he was sitting there dying. I didn't know he had AIDS, but he was sitting there dying. He was like, man. And I was like, hey, I got an amateur fight. You want to come and see me fight? He's like, man, yeah, when I get about, when I'm not sick, my trail, come and see me fight. They come to my trail. So I was like, yeah, Uncle really want to come and see you fight. Like, he's like, I don't make it. Then one day he was just, you know, hurt real bad, dying really. And I called my dad and said, man, I don't know what's wrong with my uncle. I said, I think he's dying, you know what I mean? And got to the hospital, and I seen, you know, my dad's face, I just seen the pain, you know what I mean? And then, you know, on his deathbed, they didn't want me to go back there and see him, and he told my grandma on my deathbed to see me boxing. And I, you know, I was just doing boxing just to be doing boxing. You know, he said he seen me boxing, and I say 2 months later after he died, Ace gave me a call and said, hey, you want to go pro?
Wow.
It went just like that. I'm saying my whole career been a blessing, and then I just felt like my downfalls is when I let God down, because, you know, I just started partying, drinking, and so I can beat everybody, you know, and he just let me fall on my ass. And now I'm backing out. I know what not to do and what to do.
So what is your motivation that keeps you going? What is your motivation with boxing that has you in nonstop?
Just want, like I said, I just want to prove that I belong. You know what I mean? I just want to prove that it's, you know, it's God way, it's no way, you know what I mean? The guy don't want me to box no more, I won't box no more. But, you know, he got me here fighting, he blessed me with, you know, a team. Like Brandon came up here to spar me. Like, I'm just blessed, man. I'm thankful for everything. Snake, I'm thankful, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm thankful for everything. You, this, you know, I'm thankful, you know.
I'm thankful for you. Definitely, you know, if you haven't got to meet this guy, he is a wonderful man. He is he is definitely in the neighborhood. He is a family man, great person, like I said, you know. He does what he does at his best, and he stays humble to every aspect of himself when you see him out. If you never get a chance to meet him, oh boy, you're missing something terrible. But if you ever get a chance to, you will not regret it by far. Would you like to make some closing statements, though?
Man, get Brandon in here, man.
Come in here.
Hey, I know.
That's my man from Augusta, man.
All right. So introduce yourself.
All right, I'm Brandon Spencer, heavyweight boss out of Augusta, Georgia. Came up here to get his old good work, helping prepare for the fight, and it's just been a blessing ever since I've been up there. So, you know, they called me that Sunday, say, are you willing to come up here? I was on the first bus smoking that Monday. So.
Big Bear, baby. You calm it down, you know what I'm saying? They better stay out the play. They can start running from me now, man.
So do you have any fights ahead?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of stuff lined up. It's just like so much stuff, like you know, I struggled with boxing too, but I just never gave up. And it was like, now that I gave my life to God and was sincere about it, it's just like, he opened so many doors for me. Like, you know, I got my own trademark logo, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Big Bear logo is coming soon. And, you know, I get this ain't regular sparring, this is like world class sparring to get work with Alonzo Butler. Like he got more than 30 fights. So to get work with somebody on that type of level, like that is a blessing. Even though it hurts, it's a real good learning experience. So, you know, I'm thankful for every moment of it. And like I said, I got fights coming up. I got a big show in my hometown coming up in August, you know, a big prime show. I always wanted to fight at the Civic Center, so now it's my opportunity. So I just got to deliver now, and I ask God for protection and bring me victory.
Yeah, we're gonna bust down there in Augusta, man. The team coming, man. We coming.
So he's a bear. So what is your animal logo?
I didn't know that one. I'm Big Zoe.
Oh, okay.
I was Little Zoe, then I turned to Big Zoe, you know?
Cougar, Zoe, and Bear. Oh my. Cougar, Zoe, and Bear. Oh my.
And two, like, this is a good dude, man. You know what I mean? He a single parent of twins, bro.
Awesome.
He raised his kids on his own, bro. Like, and I got much respect for him. You know what I mean? He came up here and gave me an opportunity to get me right for a fight. And like, he on the team for life. He family, you know. So that's what it is, man.
I appreciate them bringing me up here, man. Because I mean, like I say, there's like 1,000 active heavyweights in America, and for them to ask me to come, you know, that's an honor and a blessing in itself. So, you know,
Right.
I asked my family, like, listen, I need y'all to pull together and watch my baby for me, because if not, then I can't take advantage of the opportunity. But they pull together for me. I know my baby's in good hands, so, you know, my grandma watching, my brother helping out, and